Greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's the midnight edition. The world is still here, as you can know. The world is still here, as you can tell. What am I doing here? Okay. All right, we're going to do. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I have no clue. I was fine, and then well, maybe I'm under attack. Oh, that could be it. Anything is possible. Yeah, energy is sort of like, not too bad. No, so who knows? All right. For tonight's connection, I figured I'd do galactic updates. Those are always fun because I have nothing else to offer whatsoever at the moment. I'm just answering questions. I'm pretty much caught up. I don't have anything. I didn't answer anything from yesterday, but I will. So we're pretty much caught up for the most part. So I'm kind of reserving my energy for that. So, and yeah, because next week it'll be pretty much normal week, and then a week after chaos in there in some regard. So, but anyway, it's all business as usual for the most part. Oh yeah, JFK. I guess they're going to release some of that. Yeah, somewhat. You think they're going to really give you anything good? I mean, they might give you some little bit of details, but I don't think it's going to be. Maybe they're going to really give you anything worthwhile. I mean, they'll give you stuff to keep you wondering and whatever. My whole greetings chat room. But you really think they're going to really give you anything good? No, probably not. But it is a step in the right direction. Possibly, I don't think. I mean, they've already leaked or released. I think it's CIA documents on like aliens and whatever it might be, and that's been kind of. That hasn't been like super explosive, but you never know. As for let's see, I was going to go into the CIA and Hollywood, but I kind of got. I will eventually. I thought about also doing for these videos, going to constellations, Andromeda, and places like that. So that's in the thought pattern, at least not now, for sure. I was going. We'll see. As for let's see. What do I? Yeah, that. As for let's put it this way. Well, yeah, we'll connect a little bit more with the deep state. At least why Hollywood is still keeping itself. It's. Yeah, it's not going to have a good year. I think people are pulling away from film, going to see these things, their movies. It's I don't know, it might go through a whole rehaul, not entirely. Of course, Star Wars is coming out, I'll probably do fine. But it's going to be a turmoil. It's this year is going to be rough. Let's put it that way. It's already showing its signs. But as for scandals, it's still going to be a while for that to. Anything can happen, but it's all open. Anything can happen right now. I mean, more about the child stuff going on in Hollywood can possibly come out. Oh yeah, that was one thing. Before we go into the stew of the updates, obviously, let's see. There's different energies within Hollywood that is obviously Nazi, obvious communist. It's funny, communism is so alive there. it's just. It's obviously undercover, but it's still there. I wouldn't say Russia so much. I mean, it's either way. It's I think they flesh a lot of stuff out far from it. Of course, they're keeping themselves hidden well. And also, it does feel like some of the obviously a lot of that's the backers of Harvey Weinstein. You know, he's willing to risk and try different things, which cause Nazi movies or whatever it was, Pulp Fiction blowing people's heads off. Kind of a little bit edgier stuff, and that is riskier, but yeah, it does have quite a dark tone to it. Also, within it does seem like a lot of the Hollywood movies these days have a lot of programming in them, more than they ever have. Cycled, recycled, just a lot of more program. But also, it's some of Galactic stuff's coming through here and there. Um, People are making these like huge science fiction movies and not making any money on them because they're wishing. It does seem like a lot of it has to do. They're tapping into that side of them that they know there is more to our reality than what they don't understand it, but they're willing to throw all this money into a project that most likely won't make its money back, but still are willing to build those worlds. Was it Valerian or I forget the name of it, but and also Blade Runner. They would make money, but they put all this money into it. It's hard to make your money back when it's so expensive. But they are trying to rebuild these realities, it seems. They're not fully understanding what they're doing, from what it seems. Of course, it's just. But as for getting like the underbelly of Hollywood it is willing to release some darkness, but not all of it. But it is willing to. It's going through a transition. But anything goes. It might go back to quiet. It might not be any more scandals, and it might blow the wood out of it. It's hard to say at this time. It's like North Korea. It's like sometimes it feels like they're gonna shoot a missile out and everything's quiet. So Hollywood's kind of going that same direction. It's going to quiet mode. It seems for the most part. There might be some scandals here and there, but it's hard to say. It's really difficult to say. It's like anything can happen right now. It might get worse. I mean, basically, the scandals will come out, and hopefully healing will be brought in. Of course, with Harvey, a lot of people did, and obviously did not want to expose him because they didn't want to hurt their careers. A lot of people built their careers on him, on his name. And what are you going to do? Bite the hand that feeds you? They're not going to say anything, which makes sense. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's a hard decision there. I mean, you're going to throw your whole. I mean, a lot of them, of course, are rich and probably be all right. Just probably never make a movie ever again. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, he's been hung out to dry for sure, but he does seem like he's out for a vengeance, unfortunately. So, as for Hollywood, we'll probably go into that some other time. Well, we'll see if it comes for channeling. Oh yeah, and also, not to say this is important, but those that are like with Star Wars, it's not that well known that actually George Lucas's ex-wife, I think her name is Marcia, something. I don't know anything. I don't have her name here. Well, anyway, if you just look up, yeah, Marcia Lucas. Anyways, his ex-wife, when he made Star Wars, he was living off of her. Before that, she was supporting, they were married. She was supporting the family. She was an editor. It wasn't for her, Star Wars probably wouldn't be the way it is because she fixed a lot of the problems in all three films, the old ones. Of course, the new ones are very drastically different. If she was there, probably been totally done, totally different. So she didn't have a problem telling him no or this isn't a good idea. Let's put it that way. More like this isn't a good idea instead of just having a bunch of people saying yes all the time. So she kind of did. If you're interested, probably not, but she did. So there's a female along in the shadows. She supported him. Yeah, he wasn't doing so well financially, so her career supported their relationship for a while. And Star Wars blew up. And they made the 3 films, and then they couldn't get along. I don't think he gave her enough credit. And anyway, they got a divorce, and she took like all his money. most of it. So he kind of was a little bit bitter about that. So he kind of pretty much erased her from Star Wars. So when there's like anniversaries on Star Wars, she should be getting some credit. She's not getting any. I think she's on the. I don't know if she's on the editing credit. I don't look that far, but anyway, she played a big role in making it all work. Let's put it that way. At least the 3 films, the old ones, and he erased her from the history, which is quite fascinating. So there's some movie info if you're interested. I thought it was fascinating. Just like, geez, that's nasty. But yeah, it did come. Yeah, she kind of wiped him out pretty good money wise. I mean, he made a lot of money. She took just about all of it. So that kind of hurt. That was a lot of money. So yeah, because he created Pixar, and I guess or what can to be Pixar, but he couldn't afford to keep it going, probably because of his finances were exactly. I don't know what the story is, but either way, yeah, because Pixar came out of Lucas, if any of that matters. But so there's some movie trivia for anybody that is interested in figuring it out. Be kind of, it has to do with aliens in some regard. So yeah, Lucas seems to be a little bit of everybody, and in the new prequels, it was just him mostly. That's why it didn't really fly so great. So I figured that was fascinating. What am I doing here? Here's this is what she looks like. Yeah, it's on the so if you're interested. Looks like come on and work. Okay. All right, if you're new to all this is ivanteller.com. Connect to whatever you want to connect to, basically. We have private sessions and connect to you get more in-depth connections to your aliens and spirit world. We also have gift cards, easy purchase. Those have Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and channeling by phone. We also have Android and iOS apps to see what we're doing. Of course, I don't really update it, but you can at least get a quick connection to the videos when they go live or get an email, or either way. We also have submit a question. This area is pretty popular here. You can it's just 1 to 5 days, maybe 10 days, depending on what's going on. And this is to keep up with, to get, learn about your. You basically receive an audio file of whatever question you have. It's also anyway. All right, we have a Spirit Social. The one question, healing, past life regression. Hopefully I'm reading that right. One's asked, submit a question, healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, channeling, consulting, 5-minute healing. Also spiritual connections, one question from a day, chakra healing from a day, soul pain from Stephanie, and Angelic Reiki from Miguel. So this is what keeps the machine going, and thank you for your support. We have Oracle card. I have Oracle cards. I worked on it today. Or I worked out Oracle, whatever, however you spell that, say that, Oracle cards today, and it's going well. As for when it'll be out, it's hard to say at this time. Let's see, probably somewhere around end of November. For the most part, I have other comics in the works. That is unknown at this time. It's a big question mark on everything. Jake is on its way. That's halfway done. Others are a mystery. That's 6 months project. No, it's not that long, but sometimes it's kind of you wonder. So Oracle cards are kind of interesting. I have Prime Creator card, Spirit Guide card. I don't think there's a Tarot card for tarot. Basically, it's just whatever messages in the spirit world. So so when you're shuffling everything, it's an easier way for the spirit world to speak to you. So it helps get your connection going. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, humanity's we're trucking away, we're trucking along. Doesn't seem like well, feel like this is going to be a quiet week. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but feels like it's going to be. Yeah, it's not going to be as busy, at least world event wise. At least it's quiet right now. Let's put it that way. But it does mean it's going to be a bit quieter than. I mean, the JFK stuff would be interesting. I don't know when that's going to happen, but well, it's something. Something. Is it going to be? I don't know. They're going to have CIA cause this death. I mean, that's going to be on there. So anything that comes out of the archives just can't. Just gotta love it. The whole system, just gotta love it all. So, all right, we're going to connect to Galactic Updates, see what we have. Basically, open up to any beings that have a message for us, positive message to help us enhance our abilities, or help us get more clarity to where the weirdness of the world, of what it might be, anything that can help at this time. All right, I feel feline energies here. Jeez, that's nice. That's pretty. What they're saying. Of course, I'm gonna do a channeling, but what is it? They do say that some white workers, some that are popular, sort of. I guess Teal Swan's a good example of that to some degree. There's a lot of Archon energies around her. Let's put it that way. Not always bad, but of course she's been through some stuff. But when you see a moodiness, because I have that too in some degree. Especially when, anyway, I'm not going into all that. Having a 9-to-5 job, don't do it. Yeah, stay in college, stay in school, or live in Thailand. It's probably other places other than Thailand. What's there? Thailand is pretty cheap, apparently. Okay, enough about that. Live in, I don't know if you can live in Antarctica. I doubt it. Well, either way. It does obviously some light workers are under an Archon influence, and they're kind of warning through. They're not fully aware. Who would be? Like if you see like a moodiness going on, to some that are always kind of Debbie Downers. It seems like it's mostly female, but it could be male too. But mostly female. It's under an Archon type of. You can say they had one time an Archon Queen energy or some kind of Archon royalty. And they're kind of it does seem like some of them are trying to get out of it. They're still kind of, not to say everything they do is manipulated, but they're kind of going to that Archon mindset of they're still doing a lot of releasing. I did say the Archons come from some of the Gothic stuff. Even some of the light workers are going through some of it. Basically, they're really moody. TOS one's kind of that's weird. That's like, well, she's coming at us. I mean, she's not totally under the spell, but she kind of is and kind of isn't. Where like suicide's okay from what she said. That's kind of very Archon. That's very reptilian thinking. And I mean, I don't think suicide's a good idea. I mean, of course, they're not always everyone's shoes. I was going to mention this. That's right. About there always seems to be a backlash to it. Let's put it that way. Of course, the soul can always choose whatever they want. I don't recommend it, but of course, when you have health issues, like for example, if I'm reading history correct, that worked out really well. With fall on my hand. Like with Ernest Hemingway, he had a plane accident. Those small planes that crashed. I believe that's what it was. I don't know the whole story, but anyway, he had I think electric shock therapy, and he cannot function anymore. If I'm reading this right, and so yeah, he blew his head off basically. He couldn't function anymore. So with that, I believe I don't know how that works exactly. Never really given it. I think even there, you're kind of like you still broke your timeline, but your body is no longer functioning anymore. So I wouldn't say you get a full pass, but you do get a pass because when the body, like people incarnate and they're hearing voices and they can't concentrate, they can't think because their voices are so loud, and they have to commit suicide. It does seem like there are exceptions to it. Even I think that came through John Edward. Yeah, it does seem like there is some. What it feels like there is some dark residue to that, probably because of the situation that they're in, and they have to heal that. Do we ever fully heal in spirit? Yes and no. Oh yeah, that's right. I want to go into this. I forgot. When I'm driving, I get thoughts, and then I forget what it is. But I don't know if everyone's different, but the reason why we have incarnations to expand ourselves, right? We come to worlds like this because we're all insane, right? Because this one has all the challenges. If you're in spirit, I mean, you can grow to a certain amount. I mean, you're in spirit, you're like this. But when you come to worlds like this, you you expand it out more. Because in spirit, it's like you don't get tested. You just wander around. Oh, look at me. I know everything. So when you come to worlds like this, we don't know anything. So you test yourself and you expand yourself. Your soul, you expand your soul. I mean, it's one thing you can look up, you have all the knowledge, but you do. I don't know exactly. You just get more. It gets more into your. You just become more basically. And so that's why we're all here, because we can learn more. I know it might be all crazy, but it's like when in spirit, yeah, I imagine you can't heal. I'm not sure if are we ever fully healed? Ever, even if you're in spirit for like forever, if you want to call it astral, whatever you want to call it. But do you ever really heal there? I mean, because even in spirit, they're like, God, I wish I could experience that, but I'm terrified of that. It's like I'm terrified of this or that or whatever. I mean, in spirit, it's like you're watching a movie, but you're not really experiencing it. You come here, you're experiencing the movie. Experiencing a whole different story. And that's where you grow. That's where you expand. And you become a spirit guide. You become a better spirit guide by coming into this world. And you just losing, you come to this world or worlds similar, or even the alien worlds. Those are a lot easier. Some of them are. Imagine most of them are. They aren't as difficult as this, insane asylum. But these worlds are necessary to really test yourself. So in that regard, I don't think we really ever really fully heal, because you're always expanding. You're always going to reincarnate somewhere to expand yourself. That's what all of this has a purpose. Yes, there are Arcturian worlds where you expand, but not as much. It's like you grow, but you don't grow as much because you got everything. You got all the knowledge. You can fly around. It's not perfect, but you do expand a little bit. Become this way, you really expand. So, I mean, I think worlds like this become addictions. You can become addicted to it after a while, depending on what you experience. It depends on what you experience. If you're, so that's why being poor is usually more. Of course, it's not easy. Nothing's easy, but then if you're rich and you're like, I think it was a rich Russian Ukrainian girl who was in like a Porsche or a Lexus, and just, she flew through a red light and she killed like 4 people, because she's irresponsible. And so, that's a hard lesson. She's going to be in jail for a long time. So, that lesson was learned pretty fast. but still, so abundance isn't always, sometimes having nothing is a blessing. Having too much, of course, not having anything causes a lot of difficulties too. So it's just one thing after the other. So, but we are definitely moving to a more higher vibration. It's just going to take a while because there's so many lessons here to learn. It takes a while to ascend because you're learning all this stuff and you can't get it anywhere else. Not like here, at least. So anyway, this is Harvard, and they have this world's Harvard, and you have Yale somewhere else, and all so either way, yeah, it's weird, but it's all good. But yeah, bring in basically the ascension is a relief. It's allow us to basically go to the next step. Basically, those are aware of all that. So okay, all right, enough about that. All right, blessings, and hopefully that was helpful to somebody. All right, here we go. Blessings. Yes, what's right. Greetings. We are the blue felines from Sirius. We are with the Galactic Federation. Wait, yes. Bring you assistance. Yes, there are hard times to come to your planet. Yes, there's always hard times on our planet. We are defining as lessons, but not to be fully pulled into negativity. As your school systems will be reborn over time to connect more with energies, higher vibrations, so you'll know more about yourselves. Many of you are already bored with this reality, but you are allowing this more of a fifth and even eighth dimension vibrations to come into your environment to reteach your world of what is a better vibration for you all. To also increase your technologies, to increase them, to be more healthier for you. Yes, there will be a dark time of technology, but not one that you would expect as for total blackness. Not at all. It just will be a transition, will not be easy. We also want to say is not to worry of your AI taking over your job systems. Not at all. There will be a balance. Some jobs will come, some will go. Yes, some industries will be taken away, but some will be added. You will not be removed from the equation, not at all. You will all find a way of communicating with the job services. Of course, yes, it might not be of the abundance that you used to. There's also realize when abundance is taken away, you are finding abundance in other ways. Basically, you're connecting within. It is forcing some to connect within. It is a one way of doing it. If others wish not to do so, they go into the hardships. But realize you can meditate and find what is truly, seeing how many have a lot of time on their hands. You have plenty of time to connect to Mother Earth and heal these depressions and find light within yourself and share it with others. That is, yes, the mindset on this planet has not been changed all that much, but it will go through a century of transmission. Your 2020, yes, will be a time of great transition. But there is now, but also 2020 is a great year for transformation. 2020. A lot of energies with that, isn't there? It is harmonious to your planet. As for allowing new ideas to come in, you are building this new idea more to come in. Your AI will mostly stay primitive at that time, but you will advance spiritually more. These numbers will increase greatly as you will become the teachers of those that don't understand. And those that do not understand, yes, become more angry and negative only due to choice of what they do not understand. But that is what those of you of the higher vibrations will understand to heal those sides of your earth. As what's going on in your California, yes, much destruction, unfortunately. Much rebuilding, yes. As souls have finding difficulty to find and look within as they are looking at material possessions. Realize, yes, there's many forces. This was an attack on not just on human life, but also it has to do with galactic proportions where you cannot go. There's a lot of Orion energies there at this time, bringing assistance. That's all we can say for that. As much as we cannot go into, but it's also, yes, take a dark situation and bring light to it. As many have difficulties doing that. But you can realize you are still here. Everything else can be rebuilt, if it even needs to be rebuilt. What matters is you and your family. You can always relocate and start another life. But yes, darkness does have it's darkness, but also has its light in it. It is up to you to see what you wish to bring into your reality. Many wish to stay in anger. Why me? Pity me. And some wish to just heal and move on and bring a positive out of it and rebuild their lives. That is very Arcturian. Some of the human populations have very difficult. Some of that is Yael, only because Yael has been very popular as for bringing in fundings, as for abundance, and having very difficulty healing that side of them. It's a human side of them they're still working on. Because there's a part of, yes, for some of the Yael, it seems that, yes, they want to be successful. So they do everything they can to have a great amount of money, but then they kind of lose themselves. Because some do go into a panic and try to fund themselves constantly, and they forget about what is important. So they have much to learn here, as all do on this earth. Nobody is perfect, but you are all here to bring balance to each other. You are always going to have imperfections, but that's what you're all here to bring a balance, a wave of balance in some shape or form. What is happening now? Yes, South America is going through a transition of spirituality. They are unaware of it, though. Yes, there is much technology is being done there. There's much of the what they call CERN on your planet. They are wishing to develop one there also. Unlikely it will be successful, but the talks are in place. Unlikely anytime soon. To stop earthquakes, but also to cause them, unfortunately. But most likely this will not be public anytime soon. Understand this is mostly of talk. It is nothing to bring worry of, but to realize it is in the thought patterns of your planet. Because of the earthquake fault, it serves a purpose. It can open up a doorway. Not to say it will, but it can. It has, yes, but putting a certain technology there, yes. But as seeing how the others have been unsuccessful, that doesn't mean they're not going to stop trying. One moment. As for what's going on, yes, there is a volcanic vibration on your planet. That's a possibility of eruption, possibly, but we can't go into details where. But realize, yes, your Earth is unstable to some degree. Most of the time, it is being healed, but anything can rupture at this moment, just to let you know. But as you are hearing this, most of you are sending healing out to prevent a problem on your planet. But realize, yes, there's much shifts going on as for allowing your Earth to become more alien, but there's also humans fighting it to keep it more human. So you are moving back and forth. It is quite fascinating from our point of view. Even in astral, maybe you're connecting to wobble your world back and forth. It is quite fascinating to see. Yes, there will be a movie made of it eventually in your lifetime. Maybe, possibly. That's not a joke. It's possible. Yes, as for also your Hollywood is also going into that is going through a galactic transformation. Many Palladians are there to bring light to that vibration of your Hollywood. To even remove a lot of the darkness, but not there's a lot of tall blondes there to remove. There is a lot of most of it is reptilian. There's Anunnaki, but most of it's reptilian. And the reptilians love the darkness of the dark Hollywood. They feed off of everyone, of ego. They realize ego of great wealth can make humans do a lot of ridiculous things. Also, many wish to feed themselves, so they do a lot of ridiculous things to feed themselves. It is, yes, but you have to do what you must to survive. So they take advantage of those that are innocent. But it is very, the reptilians are also very, they just can't believe how humans would sell themselves out, meaning those of producers, the ones of wealth. They sell themselves out to make other humans look ridiculous. It's just absolutely, they're just beyond, it is beyond them to even see how humans of great wealth would use their power to just put people down as much as they can. That energy is being healed. It's always been a problem in that area. It is unlikely to be fully healed anytime soon, but it is going through a healing process. Some of you might feel that old actors are there to bring assistance also. Some got kicked out of Hollywood because they knew what was going on. One is your Orson Welles. Of course, he wasn't exactly perfect either, but he got kicked out of it. At this time, we are seeing yes, your North Korea, yes, is being of that is a moment. Many are being removed from that North Korea that are causing difficulties. Many of your scientists are not thinking clearly as for causing these nuclear bombs. So much is happening as for dismantling the nuclear threat. But it is taking longer than we thought. But it's unlikely to have any nuclear explosions from what we are seeing at this time. It is being derailed, far as we can tell at this time, through fourth-dimensional vibrations. That is all we have for this time. With the Syrian vibrations that are on your world, realize we are, yes, within the religion energies of your planet. So if you choose to a life of religion, that is not up to us. But up to us, what we can do is bring assistance to, at least you make that decision, we can help you find a positivity of it. Many are very, very locked down by the thought patterns of their religions to see the world in a different way. And that is the galactic way. And that is what has happened in your religions. Many of you already are aware is, yes, much reptilian, Anunnaki, once again, must be reptilian to cause that fear instinct to keep humans unknown of what is to come. As for the higher dimensions, some, yes, are very afraid of the end of times, but as you see, that's not working out as well as they were hoping. But some are still of the fear energy. But realize those of within the religion energies, there are areas of where the belief systems are going to be opened up more. That's all we can say is maybe we're bringing assistance of seeing your world a lot differently, more galactic. Meaning that those in the religious services will begin to feel more of channeling vibrations with the angels. Some are very afraid of it. Many do channel, not aware of their channeling. Preachers, unlikely, but some are. But unfortunately, they're channeling lower vibrations, unfortunately. But we do see more of the channeling energies going into religions as it becomes more a thing. Most likely in your lifetimes, depending on your age. But connections from the angels. Yeshua is a tough one, but the angels would most likely be the easiest ones to connect with first. Eventually, that will go into an energy within at least your Christian energies. Your Catholic is Christian, yes. The Catholics, it's already happening, but of course they're unaware. But yes, we do see that going into that environment also. That's all we can say at this time. We send you energies of enlightenment. Put your vibration, what your intentions are for yourself and for humanity. How do you want to see your world? It is heard by all of us. We all feel it. We feel your intentions, which helps your earth heal. If you wish for help from us, we feel that and send help. Blessings. We are the felines. All right. Leave you with that. All right. Blessings, everyone. Take care.